flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. My wife told me to use my Elmo voice for this review, so that's what I did in the intro. Today we are talking about the brand new movie called Ready or Not. I'm excited. I need you guys in the comments down below and let me know, were you anticipating this movie and did it surprise you? And let's get into it. So a bride's wedding night takes a sinister turn when her eccentric new in-laws force her to take part in a terrifying game. So we have Samara Weaving as the young bride marrying into her husband's rich, eccentric, wild, crazy, insane, cult-following family, and it starts out like any other wedding, except it descends into chaos in a way that I think we're all anticipating, but not in a way that botched the entire concept, because that's what I was afraid of, right? I enjoyed the trailer for what it was, but I'm watching the trailer going, there's no way. I mean, we see this all the time when movies look like they have a really cool concept, but the execution is just not all there. I was honestly afraid this was going to fall into that category, but let me tell you, Ready or Not is an absolute blast. I had a really good time in the theater, and I love following this character around because Samara Weaving just takes this role and she absolutely owns it. She looks like Margot Robbie. She's a very different actor, and she really brings her own flair to this character. Starts out as a bride, ends up as a major B.A. character because she is in a situation that she can't escape from it. This family takes her, they lock her into this house, and they basically play the most terrifying game of hide and seek you will ever see in your life. The humor is my favorite part about this movie because I anticipated it to be a bit more dry than it actually was. Now, would I say this humor is dry humor? Yes, but it's not dry in a way that falls flat. It's just dry because it's natural and realistic, and it works for the tone that they're going for. It's a very dark tone, and this movie is an extremely dark film. I mean, there is gore, there is blood, there are people getting killed left and right. Some of the time, it's an accident. We actually see an example of that in one of the trailers, which gave that moment away, and I was like, not a major character, not a huge deal, but that injection of humor into the intense moments really worked for the style and the tone that they were going for that stayed consistent all throughout the film. And this is a movie that just takes advantage of the fact that it is over the top, it is outlandish at times, but the characters can sit back and laugh at the situations that they're in. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and if it would have done that, I don't think it would have worked. I actually think this is a film that would have completely fallen flat if it didn't have that comedic aspect to it. But because it had that, and because it had characters that would just sit back and say something truly hilarious about the moment that they're in. And listen, this is not one big happy family who's going about murdering people and they're all happy about it. Some of them are happy, some of them are like, I don't know if I want to be here, and others are just kind of dragged into the situation because they're part of the family now, and this cult, the entire behind the scenes thing, and the reason why, the lore. This is a movie that establishes lore, man, and to be honest, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing more movies in the Ready or Not universe now because that aspect of the movie works so much better than I anticipated. But like I said, Grace is a character who is placed in this situation, has to figure things out, and she really is one that you're rooting for the entire way because she realizes the stupidity of everything going on, and she acknowledges the fact that maybe I shouldn't have been here in the first place. Why am I even here? You know what? I'm here. I have to embrace this. It is a character that embraces everything about this environment, what she's in, and it's a movie that just takes advantage of the lunacy of the characters, and all the side characters work. Didn't have really any issues with the acting a lot of the times with a movie like this. I think it's the fact that you have Fox Searchlight kind of at the helm of this entire operation. They're a studio that is constantly putting out extremely surprising movies. I'm not sitting here and saying everything about this film is perfect. One thing I was apprehensive about at first was just the look of the movie. It felt a bit bland from the trailers, but you get used to it. I'm not a huge fan of the greened out color scheme, but it works for the situation that they're in. And then there are very convenient moments, and I was hoping they would refrain from cliche territory because a lot of the times in this movie, you get really close to a cliche and then you manage to avoid it, but there were a few times when maybe character is about to look around the corner and find our lead, and of course she's not going to be there. Some extremely convenient moments when she was hiding and when she almost died but did not die. And then there's one scene in particular, it involves a character in a car, and that entire situation, it just felt off and extremely convenient for the plot. Something almost happened, it didn't happen, but the way they went about it, I'm like, I don't like that about the script. It's very minor, it's only one scene, but that one scene, I kept thinking about it as the movie progressed. If this wasn't in here, I would have felt better about the entire movie. Not a major critique, just something that caught my eye and I couldn't really let go. Otherwise, there are a few minor script things here and there, but I had such a good time with these characters, love spending time with this family, and like I said, the lore is there to maybe take this and do something different. I'm not saying do a sequel just because you make money. We don't even know how Ready or Not is going to fare at the box office, but I enjoyed it just enough. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Before I give you my score, a quick shout out to today's patron of the day, and that goes to Andy. Andy, thank you so much for your support. I am going to give Ready or Not a 78%. So much higher than I anticipated. One of the more fun times I've had at the theater over the last couple of months, and it really is a movie that I think is absolutely worth watching in the theater. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Stay tuned because tomorrow we have my most anticipated shows coming out on Disney+, and then a Netflix documentary review, followed by so many things to come this weekend. You're the absolute best, and I'll see you very soon.